Okay, to start out with, can you just introduce yourself and then tell us about an experience you've had working with a vulnerable or diverse population?
Yes, my name is Chandler Maguet. I'm a fourth year medical student at the University of Kentucky College of Medicine. Right now, I am applying for family medicine residency, and I'm in the process of interviewing at different programs across the country. So as a medical student, I have had the chance to rotate through several different departments in the hospital and in clinics throughout Lexington. Some of the examples are OBGYN, pediatrics, general surgery, transplant surgery, family medicine, internal medicine, and others. And so I've had the chance, as I've kind of gone throughout these different clerkships, is what we call them for our rotations, to work with a lot of different populations, including some underserved populations. And one that comes to mind is we have a large refugee population here in Lexington. People are coming over primarily from Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And when I was on my family medicine rotation, early on in my third year of medical school, I had the chance to interview a patient who was a refugee from the DRC, and she spoke a language that was a little bit less common. We had a medically trained an interpreter who was medically trained who spoke that language, but they weren't available that day. That being a less common language, there was only one available. But she had her son with her who spoke some English. And so we said to her, we usually prefer if there's someone who's trained to medically translate, but they're not available today. Could we reschedule so that that person can be available to come to our appointment? And she said that her problem was, it was really bothering her and she would really like to be seen that day if possible. And she said, can my son translate? And we said, well, we would prefer if you come back another day, but if there's a big issue today, we're happy to like at least try to do something to help you out. And so we went ahead with the visit and kind of going through the son who wasn't a native English speaker himself. It was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated to kind of assess not only her issue, which was that she was itchy all over and it had been bothering her for a while, but we're also trained in medical school to try to ask the patient what they think is going on. Of course, they don't necessarily have medical training, but they can provide some insight sometimes as to what the problem might be. And in her case, I was trying also to assess her cultural beliefs regarding the issue. And it was difficult without someone who was appropriately trained in translating but with this language. And so I learned that it's really important that that is a necessary thing to have in place. But also I just really understood the difficulty because she was born and raised in another country. I was born and raised in the United States, in a rural area of the United States at that. And so just trying to understand that there are cultural differences between me and a lot of other people, and to try to assess what's going on and then to explain to them in a way that they might understand, and to try to connect with them in order for them to be able to understand what's going on and to be able to properly consent to any treatments that are recommended so their issues can be resolved.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.